cornered rats start to behave really erratically. And that's what we're seeing right now with the president. As questions continue to grow about Donald Trump's mental and physical health, as his polling continues to collapse, as the world continues to point and laugh at him, as coronavirus tragically rages and kills people in the U.S., despite many countries having it completely under control, Donald Trump has now wildly and without evidence accused former President Barack Obama of treason. Now, we've seen Trump now for a while go on about Obama's supposed crimes. Remember, Trump talked for a while about Hillary Clinton's supposed crimes. That seems to have been forgotten. And Trump even said not long ago that Barack Obama committed the greatest political crime in American history. But when he was asked specifically what was that crime, he had nothing. That was then. He has said now in an interview that aired yesterday with the Christian Broadcasting Network, that the crime is treason. Let's take a look. Here is a visibly sweaty and disheveled Trump casually saying the crime is treason. The crime that Barack Obama committed is treason. Also, the interviewer, David Brody, really makes me cringe with his little interjections. You can tell Brody is one of these suck-ups that just is desperate to be Trump's friend. Here's Trump accusing Barack Obama of treason.
On Obama and the spying situation, this idea that they were spying on your campaign, you've been asked before about what crime he would have potentially committed, but I remember you talking to
treason.
Treason. That's what I was going to ask.
It's treason. Look, when I came out a long time ago, I said they've been spying on my campaign. I said they've been taping, and that was in quotes, meaning a modern day version of taping. It's all the same thing, but a modern day version. But they've been spying on my campaign. I told you that a long time ago. Turned out I was right. Let's see what happens to him now. Durham is. I never met Durham because I want to stay out of it because otherwise it's going to look political. But Durham, as you know, is a highly respected person. And Bill Barr is doing a great job as Attorney General. Let's see what they come up with. But they don't have to tell me. All I have to do is read the papers, the insurance policy. In case she doesn't win, we got an insurance policy. Well, that was all the stuff that we went through over the last, let's say, 2.5 years. Now we caught him. We caught him called Strzok and Page, the two lovers. Brennan and Clapper, the way they lied.
Democrats can't stand Barr.
Comey.
They just...
They can't stand who?
Bill Barr. They just think he's political.
You know why? Because he's doing such a good job. Because he's law and order. But he's got them in his crosshairs. And now we have to see what's going to happen. I will say this, if it were reversed, and if the other side sat, we're at the Oval Office, right in that chair behind the Resolute desk, and it was the opposite, 2 years ago, 25 people would have been convicted, and they would be sent to jail for 50 years.
So I want to remind you, we are experiencing hyper-normalization. So I have to state unequivocally, this is not normal. A president accusing a former president of treason is not normal, and it is outrageous. Trump has possibly just months left in his presidency, hopefully, and he is focused on, let's see what William Barr comes up with on treason by Obama and the Obama administration. Now, just to give you a little context, treason laws in the United States exist at the federal level. There's also state treason laws. The definitions are pretty similar. In most states, the treason statutes are similar to federal law, and it's about levying war against the United States, helping the enemies of the United States, giving aid or comfort to enemies of the United States. Only 30 people in history have been charged federally with treason under those laws, extremely rare. It's wild, it's wacky, it's embarrassing for Trump to say it about Barack Obama. They never actually had the goods, and this is a continued sign of desperation. Now, I want to remind you, here is what Trump said when he was asked by the Washington Post's Philip Rucker. It was either 3 years or 3 weeks ago. It's hard to tell right now. No, I think this was during the last 4 to 6 weeks. Philip Rucker asked Trump, when you talk about Obamagate, what crime are you alleging was committed? And Donald Trump says, come on, Philip, you know what it is. Take a look.
Mr. President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history by far. Those were your words. What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected. And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. And I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
Crime. What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours.
A true classic moment of the Trump administration. It's really, really terrible that it happened, right? But Mr. President, what is it that happened? You know what it is. You know what it is. I guess now Trump is saying that what happened is treason. So now that we've got the sort of facts out of the way, let's take a step back, because I do think there's an important element of hypocrisy to point to here. And hypocrisy no longer matters to the American right. Maybe it never did. As president, Donald Trump has insisted time and again, he can do whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants to whoever. He can do whatever he wants. He can't be investigated. These have been the positions of the Trump administration. Trump's entire presidency has been based on the president can do whatever the hell the president wants, period. It's sort of a version of Nixon's, if the president does it, it's not a crime on steroids. So if that's the case, couldn't Barack Obama have done whatever he wanted while he was president? How is it that Trump can do whatever he wants and can't even be investigated, but William Barr can be investigating Obama for treason? Now, what Trump might argue is, well, I'm a sitting president. Obama is no longer president, except Trump has previously argued this never should have even been allowed to happen while Obama was president. And Trump, of course, believes he shouldn't be investigated after being president for things he did while president. So it's complete and total hypocrisy. Now, my question to you is, I researched this today, couldn't find any examples. Has any president in modern American political history accused a former president of treason? I wasn't able to find any examples. I'm asking you for help. If other presidents have done this, please let me know. And we will be covering this extensively on the show's Instagram at David Pakman Show. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram at david.pakman. If you want to break from the politics, I have a picture of myself holding a teeny tiny puppy over the weekend. It's on my Instagram at david.pakman. It's a beautiful message of peace, love, and understanding in tough times. Or it's just a funny picture of a puppy. You be the judge. One of our sponsors, NordVPN, is giving you 70% off a 3-year plan, which comes out to just a little over $3 a month. And you'll get an extra month free when you go to nordvpn.com/David Pakman, or just go to their site and use the coupon code David Pakman. It's 2020. There is really no reason not to be using a VPN. Not using a VPN means you are not taking your internet safety seriously. I use NordVPN almost any time I'm using the internet. It hides your IP address when you're browsing online, keeps you safe from hackers, keeps websites from tracking your browsing activity. Many advantages. And NordVPN is the most trusted VPN in the game. They don't log your internet activity like many other VPNs do. Their servers are super fast, and you can even use it on your phone. NordVPN is giving you 70% off a 3-year plan. That's just over $3 a month, plus an extra month free when you go to nordvpn.com/David Pakman. I've put a link right underneath the video, or just go to their website and use the coupon code David Pakman.